everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would do a bit of a silly video, and this is 10 things that I will never do again at Disney World. Now these are not make or break holiday things. These are just experiences that I personally have had that will either teach you a lesson or make you possibly want to stay clear of a few places. So these are in no particular order, but these are things that I'm never going to do at Disney World. Number one is try a lychee drink. I had a lychee cocktail from, I think it was China, during the Food and Wine Festival, and it was the most revolting thing I've ever tried in my life. It's not worth the like $8 for this little drink that we got, and I will never ever ever try a lychee drink. Number two is ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, or actually queue for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I went on it last year during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and we literally, if you saw the vlogs, we ran on and off every single ride. We rode some rides multiple times, and there was still like a half-an-hour queue for the mine train, which was shorter than it had ever been during our stay. So we thought, okay, I'm gonna go on it. This is gonna be great. And not for me really. So would I go on it again? Probably yes, if it was like walk on. But would I queue for again? No. Not without a child. Number three, eat a Mickey pretzel. Now, this is funny because we are almost certain that on one of our videos we got a lot of dislikes, and for the rest of the videos we did not. And in that video we had a Mickey pretzel, and you've never seen two sad faces because we hated it. Maybe it was a bad one, maybe the rest of them are great, and this one we had was just particularly terrible, but it had no flavour. It's horrible. It was just horrible. I mean, it's put me off having a Mickey pretzel, so yeah. That is number three for me. I will never buy a Mickey pretzel again. I don't even think it's going to be worth a snack credit because I just did not like it. So yeah, maybe one of you guys has had one before and it's been really, really good, and you've also had a bad one, but you still love them because you know that they're great. So maybe that's all that happened, but never going to try Mickey pretzel again. Mix chocolate and vanilla in an ice cream cone. Now the ice cream cones that we got in Animal Kingdom were like huge. Could have shared, but that would be gross. So it's like huge, and it's just, I don't like chocolate, so that's really a personal thing. Something I am not going to do at Disney World again is mix chocolate and vanilla, because I did not like it. It was, no, I don't know, it didn't taste chocolatey, if that makes sense. I just remember it not liking the thingy, but I'm a very boring person when it comes to some things. Like I like vanilla ice cream, I like rich tea biscuits, I like plain shortbread without chocolate on. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too boring for good chocolate. I will never again at Disney World leave my room at any point without a rain mac. Because in Disney, or in Florida, it rains. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters really when you go. We go during hurricane season, so maybe it's more rainy. But we got drenched on our way to go for dinner once. We came out, it was raining, we ran, we hid under like the bus shelter. We were like, right, we've missed the bus. Or like it was a big queue, so we'd missed that bus. We were like, right, let's run back to our room, get the rain max, get changed because we're soaking. So we run back in the rain again because it started raining. We're running back. This is where our camera got ruined that day, if you remember. Got changed, came back out again, and it wasn't raining anymore. And it stopped for the day, and that was literally it. But you just have to always go out with a rain mac. And I've said before, just to pick up, if you're in England, in Poundland, they do 2 for £1, which are great. I think actually on the bed I have something now. Oh. Yep, so whenever I see them anywhere, I always grab one. This one was reduced to 10p in Superdrug the other day when I was at the till, so I got 2 of those. It's so small. If you think that that will fit in like a side pocket of a backpack, it will save you $14, I think it is, if you have to buy one in the parks. So yeah, I will never ever ever leave to go anywhere in my resort or any park without a rain mac. Never ever at Disney World will I forget to link my debit card to my magic band. Now obviously everything on this list is because I've learnt from previous mistakes, and I decided that I was going to treat Jacob when we went out for dinner. I think it was the California Grill, to some cocktails. And we got halfway there and I went to get my purse and realised that as I changed bags at the last minute, I no longer had any money with me, and he had not brought enough to cover both of us, because obviously it's a signature meal, it's quite expensive, and we left everything in the safe. And we had to beg and plead for about half an hour at will call, saying, please, 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 I beg you, please add my debit card here. I haven't got time to go back to my resort. I will miss my dinner. And it was not traumatic, but I've learnt my lesson. So never ever ever will I forget to link my Magic Band up, and I've actually done it already. Also, if you do not have a credit card, like I do not, and you think that because it says that you can only link a credit card, that's not the case. You can link a debit card. There's no issues with that, which is why I hadn't done it previously. You can link a debit card. I will never ever ever eat at Hollywood Brown Derby again, if I'm paying. We did not have a particularly good experience at the Hollywood Brown Derby. I have said before, we went to Hollywood Brown Derby as part of a Fantasmic package, and we did not have a great experience. Our starters came out really quickly. They were still on our table when they brought our mains out, and we said, you know, we've literally just been given our starters, you're gonna have to wait for those. And they put them under a heat lamp, and we'd got like the Wagyu beef, which was an additional extra. I had got lobster again, which was like, I think it was an additional extra again. And we'd sat down for a really nice meal, and it'd come out from under a heat lamp. It wasn't very particularly good, and it was just like a really expensive meal, and it was rubbish, and we left feeling really sour, and extra sour actually, because we thought we'd paid for it before we went. Jacob thought he'd treated us and he'd paid for the Fantasmic package ahead of time, and so I didn't want to say anything to be mean, you know. So I don't want to say, oh, this is rubbish, I want to send it back, because someone had paid for me. So we kept our meals, and then we're presented with like a $200 bill at the end, and we were like, we thought this was paid for, and this was the worst meal ever. So yeah, never ever ever will I go back to Hollywood Brown Derby when I am paying. Number 8 is never again in Disney World will I head to a water park without checking the weather first, / head to a water park in the afternoon. I think most people know at Disney you can expect to have a rain shower around 3:30, 4 o'clock every afternoon, and sometimes you get thunder, especially when we go in September. So we've been caught out before where we've not been allowed in the water at a water park, which is excellent. It's really fun. You know, when you're told you have to get out of the water pools, you have to get off all of the slides, and it's raining, and you're just sat on the beach on like a sunbed, like, cool. I think at one point we were huddled as well with like hundreds of people around the lockers, because it had that like little bit of shelter on top of each locker. So yes, never will I go without checking if there's going to be thunderstorms, because you can't go into the water. Number 9, and this is something I think will help a lot of people out. Never again at a quick service will I order an adult's meal, unless it's like you can't get it on the kids menu, because a lot of the time you can get smaller portions of everything. And when I say smaller, I'm not talking smaller, like I'm not talking too small, I'm talking like almost a regular adult meal here. Like, these are huge meals. So yeah, I always go for the kids meals. I think after maybe 4 days there I started getting kids meals, and then after about 10 days I stopped getting food altogether because it was just too much food. Never will I ever get an adult's meal when you can get a child's meal, unless you have dining credits, in which case you're going to get an adult's meal anyway. And you could probably share it. Jacob and I this time have got the dining plan, and we will share meals a lot, I'm sure. And number 10, I feel like is such an important one that we did not know, and you need to know this one. Never will I ever, in the morning, head to Disney Springs, because I want to really quickly get to another resort and there's no queue for a Disney Springs bus. Because do you know why there's no queue for a Disney Springs bus? Because Disney Springs isn't open in the morning. Figures! One morning we were going to Boma for breakfast, which is at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and the queue for the Animal Kingdom bus was quite long, but the Disney Springs bus was very short. So we thought, right, let's do it. Let's jump on Disney Springs, then we'll go from Disney Springs to Animal Kingdom Lodge. We're geniuses. So we got to Disney Springs. There's no buses anywhere. It was literally dead. And we were like, what's going on? So I went over and I spoke to the guy, and I was like, excuse me, are there any buses? He said, no. So no, there are no buses. It doesn't open yet. I was like, oh, okay. And they had to get their Disney transportation, and they took us to Animal Kingdom Lodge the whole time, taking the mick out of us, and then we obviously tipped them because they went out of their way, and I think that ended up costing us like $20, and it's just so pointless. It's a good story, but we have learned our lesson. Do not go to Disney Springs in the morning if you're looking to get to another resort or park, because it's just not open. So that concludes the 10 things that I will not do at Disney World again. I'm sure all of you have got something that you'll never do again at Disney World, so if you can think of it, put it in the comments below so that I know maybe not to do it myself or what to watch out for. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see our upcoming Disney vlogs, and until next time, bye!